Hello, I'm Jenny. I'm going to show some signs that I made for Valentine's Day. If you enjoy it, please like the video and also subscribe to my channel for more crafting and DIY home decor. This blank wood heart sign is from Dollar Tree. I removed the hanger and then painted one side of the heart with a pink colored chalk paint. If the paint is too thick and not spreading easily, I spritz it with water from a spray bottle and it helps to thin the paint out. And I also don't end up using as much. I dried that with my heat gun, and then I took one of these faux tin wall tiles from Dollar Tree, removed it from the packaging, and then turned it over and placed the heart on the back side of the tile. Since the backing is sticky and it just creates another layer on the tile, it was sort of tricky to cut it. So I removed that layer and retraced the heart. I just used a black marker for that. Then I cut out the heart shape with scissors. I've seen people use this tin tile for different crafts, and they will sometimes use tacky glue to apply it. I'm not sure that I should have brushed the glue on because it flattened the glue out and didn't seem to really grab onto the tile since it has that design in it. So I did add some hot glue to attach it to the unpainted side of the heart. Then I painted over the tin tile with that same blush pink paint. I only did one coat of paint and some of the gray color from the tile showed through, but I kind of liked it that it gave a weathered, aged look. And then I brushed white chalk paint over the design on the tile. I also had some of a wood bead garland from Dollar Tree left over, so I measured out a size for the hanger. I cut that off of the garland and then tied a knot in the ends so the beads wouldn't fall off, and then I hot glued that to the back of the sign. I thrifted this whitewashed wood plank sign, but you can probably find signs like this at Walmart and different craft stores. And I pulled off the rope hanger on the back and turned the sign vertically. I picked up this package of red, pink, and plain wood hearts at Dollar Tree. There are a few different sizes of each heart, and I chose the biggest size and one of each color for this project. Then I applied wood glue on one side of the heart and topped it with hot glue so it would stick faster, and placed them at different heights and angles on the sign. I started adding small sections of hot glue below each of the hearts in a sort of wavy, squiggly pattern, and then placed jute string onto the glue. And I did small sections at a time because the glue would start to harden before I completed the whole string. Then I cut off the rope when I got to the bottom of the sign, and I had each string meet at the bottom so that it resembled a set of balloons. I had another one of those plank signs, but I kept the hanger on this time. I was given some of this heart-shaped ribbon trim, and I thought it would be a cute border for this sign. I was using tacky glue to attach it at first, but it kept sliding around, so I ended up using hot glue, but tried not to use too much in order to prevent it from overflowing around the hearts. After that, I began gluing jute rope onto the sign to spell out the word love. I get this rope on Amazon and I will link it in the description below. And I chose rope so that it would match the hanger. I applied a little bit of hot glue at a time so that it wouldn't dry before the rope got to it. And then that way I could adjust the rope and spacing before gluing it down if needed. Someone gave me a box full of different signs and wood blanks, and the sign came from that, but it does look like something found at Dollar Tree. I removed the hanger because I wanted it to be in a vertical position and be more of a shelf sitter sign. I had a sheet of Valentine's paper that I cut down to fit inside of the sign, applied Mod Podge all around, and put the paper in. Then I used some red glitter ribbon for a border. I cut strips and hot glued all four sides along the sign. I also glued white buttons in each corner to cover up where the ribbon crossed. and also add some white to match the hearts in the paper. This wood tag sign was also from the gifted box, but I have seen these at Dollar Tree as well. This one was already painted white, so that made it easier for this. I cut out this image with my Cricut that says you and me and transferred that on top, and I finished that with a red bow to cover up the hole where the hanger would have been and hot glued that in the center of the sign. This was another Goodwill find. I used my heat gun to help remove the stickers, but I ended up having to really scrape it off, and I used Goo Gone to clean up the residue. I wanted this sign to be simple, so I found another image on Cricut Design Space. This has a few different hearts and says Happy Valentine's Day. I chose white vinyl so that it would match the frame of the sign and be more visible on the red. There were some marks and imperfections along the frame, so I used some white paint to touch it up. Another simple sign using a Dollar Tree frame, I found these lovebirds on Design Space. When I transferred the birds onto the sign, I didn't keep the heart that was in between them because I ended up taking a few foam hearts and glued those up the sign so that it added some color and took up more space. Thank you so much for watching.